to the channel. Today we are going to solve another LeetCode question. So question number is 50 and title is power xn. Description is given: implement power xn which calculates x raised to the power n. Simple question is given x and n, we have to calculate x raised to n. First let's look of the examples. Example 1, x is 2 and n is 10. Output is this, means we have to calculate x raised to n equals to 2 raised to 10. So that's the thing here. And now if we are going to check example 2, then example 2 is x this and n 3, so 2.1 raised 3. So that's the example 2. So now if for solving this question we have first a brute force institution. What that says brute force idea would be multiply x with itself n times, means we have to run a loop from 0 to n times the power n power times, and every time we calculate x equals to x into x, means we calculate x into x for n times. So that's the brute force. But sometimes if n is larger, like 1 billion 1 million, then it will be super slow. So because of its time complexity becomes order of n. So instead of that, better method, we have to do this with the better method. So for that we have to use okay, first of all uh, we have to check its time complexity. So if we use the brute force, then its time complexity becomes order of n, but order of n is not feasible for larger values of n. So we have to decrease the time complexity, and after the order of n the time complexity comes is order of log n. So we have to do this solution with time complexity of order of log n. So now let's head towards the solution. Okay, so I write the solution. So first of all I will explain the basic concept. So the core idea is simple and elegant. Let's see, we have to calculate x raised to n. So in binary exponentiation we have to convert the n into its binary number. So for example here n is 3, then its binary number is 101, and we run the loop of the length of that binary number. So if for example if n is 3, then its binary comes 101, then we run loop for the 3 times. Now not every time this comes. For example here n is 10, or let's say we have n equals to 8. Then if we do the brute force, then we have to run loop for the 8 times. But if we convert 8 into its binary, then it becomes 1000, and the length of it is 4. So we have to run loops for the 4 times. It's decrease the running of the loop, so time complexity decreases and our solution become more optimal. Okay, so now instead of multiplying x n times, we keeping squaring x and halving n. This cut down our time for linear to logarithmic. There's one more thing, we need to handle negative exponents, because in constraints here says that n becomes minus 2 raised to 31 to 2 raised to 31 minus 1. So if n becomes minus, then we also have to consider it, and we also write in the solution. Okay, so now I will explain with the code. Okay, so here is the code. First we convert n to a long word overflow, especially when n becomes very big number in negative. For example minus 2 1 4 7 4 8 etc etc, very big number in minus, so we have to consider it long. After that, if n is negative, means n is less than 0, then we convert it into a positive invert, means we convert it x equals to 1 upon x, means n is negative, means for example here n equals to minus 2 and x is 2, so we convert it x equals to 1 upon x, means now x, if for this example x becomes 1 upon 2, and I took here BF means binary format or binary function etc, anything binary format. So this is the any integer, you can in any long I can hear like int, or I can hear like bf, anything. But here we have to use binary factor, that's why I use bf. So now we have to convert BF into its minus, because if n is minus, then BF value is also minus. So we convert it to minus into minus, it's positive. So if n is negative, then this case will happen. After that, we initialize answer equal to 1, which will store our final answer. This answer 1 is store our final answer. Now, in the loop, if power is odd, then you multiply answer by current x. Means power is odd. Means if we divide by power mod, if we took the modulus by 2, then it becomes 1 instead of 0. Then the power is odd. So when the power is odd, we multiply answer equals to answer into x. And we square answer every time and divide the power by 2. After that, first after answer multiply by x, then we square the answer every time, and bf divide our n, or we can say bf, by 2. In the end, answer contains the result of x raised to n. This answer contains the result of x raised to n, and that's why we have to return it as a written answer. So this is the code, and I hope you understand the code and understand the solution. Now let's run the code. You can say all test cases are passed. Now submit the code. As you can see here, code is submitted. Runtime is 0 millisecond. Means our solution is the best optimal solution. 100% bits. Now, if you have any doubt regarding to this question or this solution, please let me know in the comments. If you have any doubts regarding to my commentary, if you are not understand it or my commentary is bad, then also let me know in the comments. And let's meet in the next question. Till then, goodbye.